review this lesson because y'all are just all stars. Okay, so now let's just keep using this triangle.
What is Jonathan doing?
That is 3, 4, and 5. When I say sine of, let's make this our angle here. What would the sine be? Go for it, Eddie.
3/5.
3/5. And how did you figure that out?
It's the opposite side over the hypotenuse.
Yep, so it's opposite over hypotenuse. Perfect. Who wants to do cosine? Oh, wow, thanks, Andrew, for volunteering.
All right, so cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's going to be, if I remember this right, it's going to be 3/5. Or no, sorry, other way around. Sorry, 4/5.
Yes, perfect. Wonderful. Okay, and then lastly, let's hear from, how about Owen? Can you tell me what tangent would be?
That is about to be opposite over adjacent. So that's going to be 3/4.
Perfect. Okay, all of that was review, right? We're all just super confident, right triangle all stars, right?
Of course.
Okay. So my follow-up question, so really quickly while we're on the topic of these, I know that it is written like tan. Please don't call it tan. That's an abbreviation. It's a nickname. Go ahead and get used to saying tangent and cosine, not cos, cosine, and not sin, but sine. So even when it's written like this, please try to use the actual words. Cool? Okay, so on that note, have you seen the reciprocal identities of secant, cosecant, and cotangent? Have you all learned that?
I know we talked about and went over secant with Mr. Mooley Master in 9th grade, but I don't think we went over that ourselves.
Okay, so what these are the opposites, the reciprocals of the ones that you saw above. Now, what the third letter rule tells you is you look at the third letter. So in the first one is C, which means that this one is the reciprocal of cosine. Do y'all remember what the word reciprocal means?
Doesn't it mean the opposite?
Sort of. I'm looking for a different word than just opposite. Isabella, can you help us out?
It's kind of, you switch it around. So from 2/3, it's 3/2.
Yes, you are flipping the fraction. So you all told me that cosine was adjacent over hypotenuse. So secant would be hypotenuse over adjacent. So looking at that example from up above, what would be the secant of that angle? Go ahead, Isabella.
5/4.
5/4. Wonderful. Okay, and then the next one, the third letter is S, which means that it is the reciprocal of sine. So it would be hypotenuse over opposite, which would give us Victor.
Hypotenuse over opposite would give us 5/3.
Perfect. And then lastly, we have cotangent. The third letter is T, which means it's the reciprocal of tangent. So that would give us adjacent over opposite, which is what, Alyssa, in this case?
5/4.
This one would be, yeah.
It would be 4/3.
Yep. Perfect. We feel okay with that? And then in terms of, did y'all also use inverse functions to find angles? Did y'all do that in your classes?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So an inverse, it's not -1, but it is written as sine inverse.
Oh, yeah, we have done these.
Yeah, you have done these. Okay, so if I said the sine inverse of 3/5, if your calculator is in degrees, go ahead and put it in degrees. If I say the sine inverse of 3/5, what does your calculator tell you it is?
36.87.
Is that what everyone got?
It's not what
Yeah.
Owen and Ray got.
Right? Does that make sense? So you have sine inverse, cosine inverse, and tan inverse. So let's just double check real quick. If we did the cosine inverse of 4/5 in your calculator, what do you get?
You should get the same thing.
Oh, how?
And when you do tan inverse of 3/4, what do you get?
The same thing.
Wow. It's like we were trying to find the same angle.
Oh, it's to find the angle?
So just remember that in our picture, when we drew this picture, we had the 90-degree, and then we had this little angle down here. And that angle, when we had 3, 4, and 5, when we're using sine inverse, that is telling us what the angle is. So, for example, you know how when you have something that is being multiplied, the way to undo it is to divide?
Mm-hmm.
Sine inverse is how you undo sine. So really, the original problem might have looked like the sine of an angle, which I use theta, and IB will usually use theta. That's the name of that symbol to represent an angle, is equal to 3/5. And I'm asking you to solve for theta. The way to do that, we have to get the sine away from the theta. And the way that we do that is we take the sine inverse of both sides. And the sine inverse and the sine will cancel, and you're left with sine theta equals, that theta equals the sine inverse of 3/5. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that was your lesson for today. And your Delta Math, fingers crossed, I am pretty positive I posted it, but let's just double check. But it should be under the Delta Math, under 1.2. And just a reminder, I'm going to be checking all of this week's Delta Math on Sunday. Just a reminder. Oh, I can stop sharing my screen, I guess. Of course it didn't post. So let me post it real quick. And then y'all can work on that. Does anybody have any questions about what we just went over? No,
No, ma'am.
you're all good. Did anybody do anything interesting yesterday?
Miss Thompson, there was
School.
Some mad tea spilled yesterday. You have no idea.
Mad tea? What about?
Yes. It's actually insane, Miss Thompson. I'll have to explain it to you, like, if we can go to our classroom to work on the Delta math.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And y'all can, Victor, can you just unplug your headphones for just a second?
Yes.
Are you unplugged?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Mr. I'm letting Owen, Eddie, and Victor come to my classroom. Okay. I just wanted to let you know that they weren't just walking out on you. Okay, and y'all can come here.
What did he
If
need to
you
unplug
want.
his headset?
So Mr. Jewett could hear me.
Oh.
Mr. Drew doesn't have supersonic hearing like you, so. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Jewett. Okay. Bye, Miss Thompson. I'll see you in like 5 seconds.
Are you accustomed to the void yet, my friend Andrew?
What? Yes, I am. But what happened to your mic? Now it's really bad.
Oh, I have garbage mic now? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just... Alright, now it's probably not garbage.
No, no, no. It's still the same thing.
And
Come on in. Y'all can pick any desk without a meme, same as the other room. Like forever? You can stay for next period, but I teach Blue 4, so no, you can't stay in here for Blue 4.
Guess you're not to cancel that. 'Cause we're already here.
Okay, let's see. Sunday.
Are you guys going over for band?
Okay, so the Delta Math should be posted now, I guess. I don't know what happened to the other one. But it's there now.
Miss Thompson, do you have any extra calculators that we can borrow, or is that like not allowed right now?
It's technically not allowed right now. I can offer you this one. But I will say this one is, I think about to die. But,
I think they might be into go through that.
okay, let me see if Miss Risky has hers still in here. And if so, I will put them all through.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I will check and see if I can find another one, but for now, until it dies on you.
It's just that.
I got you. There's also a calculator on Delta Math though too.
Oh.
It's a little bit more annoying, but it is there.
Okay, yeah, I'm just using Google.
I can also, yes, you can use Google then, or Desmos. I think Miss Koslova will have one. Let me go check with her.
Oh, very nice. Good notes, Victor. Good job. Oh, look, it's calculated.
Oh, you done with the first one? What? Did you finish the first one yet?
No. 2 out of 10, and those 2 out of 10 were from complete guesses.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do that, but I feel worried. Start guessing.
But I just learned. No,
It's Louis so, you know.
you just get it wrong, and they literally teach how to do it.
That's not strong.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, you guys don't put
Yeah.
the rest of proper equipment. Proper equipment for actually their own.
I mean, once you know it, you're square, like we're off the top of your head.
Oh, of course, Victor knows that.
Yeah.
It's 9.2.
Okay.
I was right.
What?
I was right
About what?
about what is the square root of 84.
About what?
What is 9.2? I look at what the square root of 84 is. But I do know it off the top of my head, buddy.
Well, lucky enough to say that 84 squared, not square root. But
Oh, it is right.
oh my God,
Thank you so much. Ms. Johnson, can I write on the board the T that was filled yesterday?
Right on the
It's like a
board.
mathematical equation, so yeah.
It's a math equation?
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
okay. Do what I'm supposed to do.